There comes a moment in every human life when silence becomes unbearable, when the noise of mediocrity, the endless chatter of excuses, fears, and comfort becomes so deafening that the soul demands change. That moment is the awakening. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks, it whispers. It whispers in the back of your mind when you're alone, staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., asking yourself, is this really all I'm meant for? That whisper is your potential calling you out. And if you listen closely, it will tell you this: the rich, the disciplined, the unstoppable are not born different. They are built different. They are built through mindset, through clarity, through discipline forged in the fires of repetition and rejection. They are built by the invisible habits that most will never see, the hours of silence when they were doubted, the moments they chose to rise while others hit snooze. To think like the rich is not about money, it is about mastery. The rich mind does not see limitation, it sees leverage. It sees opportunities in chaos, lessons in failure, power in patience. While the average man looks for security, the rich thinker looks for possibility. When Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, he didn't see failure, he saw feedback. When Henry Ford was mocked for saying he'd build a car affordable for every family, he didn't see ridicule, he saw revolution. When Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, he didn't see rejection, he saw direction.
That's how the rich think, not through the lens of defeat, but through the lens of determination. They understand that every setback is a seed, and if you water it with belief and persistence, it grows into fortune. And that mindset, this way of thinking, is not reserved for a chosen few. It's available to you right now. But you must unlearn everything the world has taught you about limits. You must rewire the way you see yourself, because success does not begin with action. It begins with perception. You cannot act like the disciplined until you first think like the rich, because thought is the architect and discipline is the builder. The poor mind says, I'll try. The rich mind says, I will. The poor mind asks, what if I fail? The rich mind answers, then I'll learn. The poor mind fears time. The rich mind uses it. There is a divine law at work in this universe. You do not get what you want. You get what you are. And what you are is determined by what you repeatedly think, feel, and do. Every morning you rise, you're programming your destiny. When you wake with gratitude instead of complaint, when you plan your day instead of drifting through it, when you confront your excuses instead of negotiating with them, you are training your mind to think like the rich and your body to act like the disciplined. Discipline is not punishment, it is proof. Proof that you value your potential enough to protect it. Proof that you're willing to delay comfort to design your character. The disciplined do not rely on motivation, they rely on mission. Motivation fades when the mood shifts, but a mission burns through exhaustion, through doubt, through failure. That is why the disciplined rise while others rest. They know every repetition, every routine, every small act of focus is compounding quietly behind the scenes, preparing them for the moment opportunity knocks.
You want to be unstoppable? Then stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop defending your limitations. Stop living as if your potential is optional. There is no secret formula, there is only self-command. When Andrew Carnegie built an empire of steel, he wasn't the smartest man in the room. He surrounded himself with smarter men. That's how the rich think. They don't compete for attention, they create systems of value. They don't chase validation, they chase vision. You see, the poor mind works for money. The rich mind makes money work for them. The poor mind reacts, the rich mind creates. The poor mind consumes, the rich mind constructs. And discipline is the bridge that connects thought to creation. It's what turns ideas into impact. Because discipline is not just doing what must be done, it's becoming who must be done. It's a full transformation of identity. It's no longer I want to be rich, but I am becoming someone wealth cannot ignore. When you train your mind to think abundance and your habits to mirror greatness, you become a force too consistent to be overlooked, too driven to be doubted, too focused to be defeated.
That is the beginning of the unstoppable. Not in some grand external moment, but in the quiet choice you make when no one's watching, to keep moving forward. So ask yourself, are you waiting for life to change, or are you becoming the change itself? Because those who think like the rich don't wait, they decide. Those who act like the disciplined don't hope, they prepare. And those who become unstoppable don't dream of the future, they create it with every step, every breath, every unrelenting day of purpose.